Hello students. Yesterday we just were completing the production possibility curve, how we can draw and the basic features of a production possibility curve. Now today we will be discussing, you are seeing the production possibility curve in which I have basically drawn this diagram, that is A dashed A and F is one production possibility curve and A dash F dash is another production possibility curve. And in point D, if we operate, we are producing OP amount of X commodity and OQ amount of Y commodity, as we have put X on horizontal axis and Y on vertical axis. And another one production possibility curve I have actually drawn over here, that is A dashed and F dashed. Okay, so we will today discuss about the basic three questions through this production possibility curve, that is what to produce, how to produce and for whom to produce. The question of what goods to be produced and consumed can be depicted by the point which the economy selects on the production possibility curve. Say if the economy decides to produce at point D, you can show the point D over here, gives the goods to be produced and the point D on the production possibility curve, then the coordinates of point D gives the goods to be produced and consumed by the economy, that is OP amount of X and OQ amount of Y. This is the coordinate in point D. Okay, so OP amount of X is producing at when we are operating on production possibility curve at the point D, and OQ amount of Y is producing, we are producing if we operate on point D. Fine. So this problem is the problem whenever now to produce this combination of X and Y, the resources will have to be allocated to the production of X and Y. Now if we see that we are going to operate on point D, and in case we will have to produce OP amount of X and OQ amount of Y, so we will have to allocate the resource on that basis to operate on point D. So this here comes how we will allocate the resource to produce OP amount of X and OQ amount of Y. This is our basic problem, what to produce, and this problem has been solved. This problem is the problem of allocation of resources. This also shows how the commodities will be produced, for whom are to be produced cannot be directly determined from production possibility curve. We can get to our basic questions, what to produce and how to produce. Okay, so in case of producing OP amount of X and OQ amount of Y, maybe we are introducing some sort of technology to produce it. Okay, so how to produce and what to produce, these two problems has been solved by this, but for whom to produce cannot be solved by the production possibility frontier. For example, if commodity X represents butter and commodity Y represents gun, and if the economy produces on the production possibility curve at a point which is near F, then it implies that the economy produces more for civilian population, less for military population. So it is depicting a point near F. Say this one. This one is, we can say, E. Fine. So whenever we are operating on E, then C, Y amount has been has become less. That is, we may say Q dash dash and we may say it P dash dash. So we have reduced the production of Y and we have increased the production of X. We have reduced the production of Y, say from Q dash to Q double dashed, and we have increased the production of Y from P to P dashed. Okay, so this is also representing our choice, that we are more purchasing, we are concerned to produce more for civilians and less for military. Fine. Consider the problem of economic growth. If the economy productive capacity is increasing over time, then the production possibility curves shifts to the right, and that is I have represented over here, that is A dash and F dash. Increasing over time, productive capacity is increasing, economy is in welfare. I discussed it earlier on my earlier videos that the economy is in a welfare state. Okay, so we are producing, productive capacity of the economy has increased over time. Then the production possibility curve is shifting to the right. This production possibility curve is drawn with the given amount of productive resources. If these productive resources increase, the production possibility curve will shift to the right. This implies that more of both the commodities can be produced than before. Again, when advances in technology takes place, the production possibility efficiency of resources is improved. In that case, even if the amount of resources remain fixed, the production possibility curve shift to the right. And let me explain this particular point. Again, when advancement in technology takes place, the productive efficiency of resources is improved. That is, whenever we are introducing a technology, say we were producing X is a X is a, you must say, rice, and Y is wheat. Fine. So we are producing X and Y with the primitive technological structure, that is without tractor, without dam, without effective fertilizer. We were following the primitive path of agriculture. Okay, that time we were producing OX amount of rice and OP amount of X and OQ amount of rice. Okay, I'm sorry, X is rice, OP amount of rice and OQ amount of wheat. Okay, so at that time, now we are introducing new technologies, that is tractors has come, dam has come, improved fertilizers has come. So both the production, production of X and Y, that means rice and wheat, has been changed because we are getting more production of X, that is rice, and more production of Y, that is wheat, by introducing the technology. So the production possibility curve is shifting rightward. Now we are operating on this production possibility curve as we have invented technology and we are getting more of X and more of Y, like this way. Okay, so this has actually shifted from AF to A dash F dash. Fine. So what is the efficiency of resources is improved. In this case, if the amount of resources remains fixed, the production possibility curve shifts to the right. Resource is fixed. That means the production combinations are fixed. Whatever resources we were introducing, only with the implementation of technology, say with the implementation of tractor only, we can get higher amount of X, that is higher amount of rice, and higher amount of Y, that is higher amount of wheat. Okay, if you are having any sort of problem in realizing this production possibility frontier to solve our basic economic problem, please write me on the comment box. I'll give you more descriptive way. I'll give you the more descriptive way. Fine. So according to Professor Samuelson, the production possibility frontier provides a definition of scarcity. Economic scarcity refers to the basic fact of life that there exists only a finite amount of human and non-human resources, which the best technical knowledge is capable of using to produce only limited maximum amounts to each economic goods. So, the production possibility curve has been drawn as concave to the origin. This reflects an important principle of economics, the principle of law of increasing opportunity cost. So, tomorrow we will discuss with this particular type, law of increasing opportunity cost through production possibility frontier. So today my video was this, and if you like my channel, it would be very positive thing for me to upload new videos for economic problem and solving this problem. And if you want many more description regarding this production possibility frontier, just write me on the comment box. I'll reply. I'll give you my number. If you have any question, I'll solve it through phone in this digital area. Thank you today. Thank you so much.